Hi guys. Sorry, I just got my tea and my almonds and I'm still swallowing. So that's cute. All right, I'm going to jump right into today's question. It says, "Hey Nikki, about a week ago, I've learned that my mom loves my dad, but she is just not in love with him anymore. Last week, my dad showed some verbally violent behavior and we had to leave in the middle of the night. Later, we learned that the reason for his outburst was because of his diabetes. I learned that when someone's sugar is high, they turn into a completely different person. My mom and I are staying with a friend and I can tell my dad really misses us. He has apologized for his behavior and went to the hospital to get treated. He found out that his sugar, blood pressure, and his cholesterol were all very high. Sorry, this is bothering me. He is better now, but my mom still refuses to go back. She wants a divorce from him, and I just want to be friends with him. I am 19 years old, and it is affecting me really badly. I've been crying a lot, and I haven't been eating as much. Part of the reason is because I've never heard my dad cry before, and it just broke my heart into pieces. Plus, my mom is trying to find her place now, and I just don't know how to deal with it. I don't want my dad to think I just don't care because I am staying with my mom. I am a Christian, but right now my faith is very shaky. I have even begun to have suicidal thoughts again. My boyfriend of 2 years and I want to completely remove myself from this situation by getting a place together. I start my job Monday. Any advice on how to deal with all of this?" All right, I need a sip of tea before I even think of this. All right. First off, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. I know from personal experience with people that when they have issues with their blood sugar, diabetes, that it can totally change them into an angrier, different person. And that's really hard. It's very legitimate. And especially if he's got high cholesterol, high blood sugar, high everything, that can totally affect it. Now, the thing with your parents, you have to remember, obviously, as I'm sure everyone has told you, their relationship, it doesn't have to do with you. And I think it's important for you to make that clear to your parents that you understand that and that that's also how you want to operate, that you love them both. And that's what it is. You love both of them. You're not choosing sides because you are aware this wasn't about you in the first place. So because you love both of your parents, you're not choosing sides and you're going to remain friends with both of them. Now, hearing your parent cry for a first time, that's a tough one in life. You know, especially your dad. I will say, how do you word this? Sorry, there's so many thoughts going on in my head because I feel for you. That's really hard to go through that. Know that everyone in their life, pretty much everyone, will encounter something like this. At some point, they will probably see their father break down. At some point, they will stop seeing their parents as like perfect, just like people, and they'll see them as just people, as people like them, which is really what they are. And it gets really hard, and especially the younger you have to hit that reality, to put yourself in their shoes and go, oh wow, they're literally just people just like me. But the sooner you can really like accept that and sit with it and be okay that they're making a lot of mistakes, as we all are, the easier it is. I don't want to say easier, but that's the only word I can think of, to deal with it. Now, sorry, wasn't a good choice to eat almonds, but I was about to eat my hand before this video started. So I don't think your dad is going to think that you don't love him because you're staying with your mom. But like I said, I would recommend talking to both of them and telling them, like, I love you both. And because I know this falling apart of the relationship wasn't because of me, I'm not choosing sides. I love you both. You're both my parents. Now, as far as suicidal thoughts, two things. First off, if this is serious, you really need to go to an adult. Obviously, it seems like you don't feel comfortable going to your parents because that has maybe spurred on some of this. That being said, I still think going to your parents might be a good thing. Part of me thinks that because, you know, I don't think it would be bad for them to know. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments, but my head thinks it would be good for them to know, like, remember, your girl is hurting too, you know? But if you feel, you know, that that's not what you want to do, or it's not appropriate, or it would take things in a bad direction, going to another adult that you trust, whether it's a counselor at school or an aunt or an uncle or something is really, really important. You're not alone. I've actually kind of realized, maybe I'm wrong and you guys can tell me in the comments, I think that suicidal thoughts is like a human condition. I don't think that you have to think like, is that weird? Like, it's not good and it's something you should talk to someone about. But I'm like, I think that everyone at some point in their life, when they deal with hardships, because everybody's got some kind of hardship in some form or another, everybody goes, like, this doesn't really seem very worth it. This is horrible. I don't really want to be here anymore. And I think that's normal. It's just like I was talking to a friend about when you drive down the road and you're like, dude, straight up, I could like turn my car and like veer off of the road right now. Like, I think everybody thinks about that because it's like the obvious fact in front of you of how weird that is. So thinking like, I don't even want to live with this right now is normal because you're going through so much pain. That's really, really hard. That being said, talk to someone. I am actually going to do a video about this, I think, soon in life, because I've told you guys more than like the people on my main channel that like I think people look at me and they think like, and I think that we all do this to like celebrities and YouTubers where we're like, their life is so awesome, or like, how come they're always happy? What's wrong with me? When really we see like such a small amount of someone's life on YouTube or on television. But I struggle with anxiety. I recently realized that I've had some panic attacks before. Didn't really know what they were. It sounds very dramatic. I was like, wow, that sucks to have a panic attack. And then I started realizing, I was like, oh, that's what a panic attack is? I've had some panic attacks. I get extreme social anxiety almost every time I have to be around people. And the point of that is that I have recently started talking about that more to people rather than feeling like, before it was like, I have to hold it together. Everybody's got their own issues. It's fine. And now I've realized, like, you know what? I can tell people that I'm dealing with something or that I'm really nervous for something. I was going somewhere yesterday and I was texting a friend saying like, I'm really anxious about this. I'm kind of freaking out. My heart is pounding fast and it's just making me really nervous. And that friend texted me back and was just like, it's all good. You're going to be good when you get there. You know, text me as much as you need me, but like, don't worry. And even just telling someone made me feel better because I didn't feel so alone. And I think it is that place of complete loneliness. That's what really drives someone to the place, I think, of suicide. I think, not a therapist. I'm not trying to, you know, it's just my thought process. I think that when someone completely isolates and doesn't let people in, then you really feel lonely, and that's when it's dangerous. But the thoughts of, I don't really want to live and be through this anymore, that, or go through this, I think that's normal. But sharing it with people and letting people know so people can have your back and so that people can be like, yo, I felt that way too when my parents were divorcing or when my mom died or when whatever, like, so people can relate. It also, by you sharing, it helps not only yourself because someone else is carrying that burden with you, but it also helps other people because then they don't feel like a crazy person. They're like, oh my gosh, like, I want to help my friend, but I'm not the only one that goes through this. Like, yeah, you'll be okay. I went through this too. So, share it with people in your life what's going on. As far as moving out with your boyfriend, I think that is a personal choice for you. You know, you guys know I'm not the biggest on like moving out with people before you're married because I think that, you know, you never know what's going to happen in relationships. And in my opinion, I think it just makes the bond deeper for something that could end. And I guess a marriage could end too. Everyone can have their different opinions, and that's totally fine. For me, that's kind of where my head tends to be at, but that's a very personal choice for you to make. And I think that you should, you know, when you choose who you want to talk to and share what's going on, I think you should tell them about this too, like what your thought process is with your boyfriend and what you want to do. And yeah, talk with someone who really knows you and come to that decision, you know, for yourself and the kind of future in life that you want. So good luck with everything. I just blabbered so much, but yeah, I'm gonna open up the Twitter question. This makes up for my other short Ask Nikki's as of recently. What is your favorite country and why? Well, I'm not really a globetrotter. So at this point, I'm gonna say my own country. I'm gonna say America. That's because I haven't been to many countries. I've been to Mexico, I have been to Singapore, and Spain, and I feel like those are the only ones that really count because those are the only ones. Is there a bug on me? Okay, good. The other ones I just kind of flew through where I was there really fast. And I liked those countries, but I was homesick and I missed my own country, as you probably would when you leave your country. So I'm going to say that I really like America, and maybe one day after I travel some more, I'll have some other favorites to add to the list. But that being said, I really did enjoy visiting the countries I went to. Spain was for a YouTube video, like a collab that I was doing, so that was kind of crazy. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous country. Singapore was when I was working with Universal Studios. I didn't have the most fabulous experience, some of the job stuff I was working on, and my knee was really messed up, but the country was so beautiful and safe and clean and really easy to get around, so that was cool. And then Mexico was for our honeymoon, and we didn't really see anything other than the resort. Oh, and I've been to Thailand. I forgot I went to Thailand too, and that was insanely beautiful. The beach and the waters and the water sports we did. So yeah, I'm really blabbering. Long video, guys. I will see you soon. Send your messages and questions to asknikkip@gmail.com or use the hashtag Asknikkip, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.